Okay? In fact, I can think of no better example of that than the brave men and women who over the last 40 years built one of P&G's most iconic brands, and within 6 months of now, some of them will no longer be part of the P&G company, but will still be part of our family, and those are the men and women that built the brand called Pringles. And I want to tell you a little about their story. So Pringles was launched in 1971, and it was an almost instant success. Okay, by 1975, it had a 15% market share, was shipping 10 million cases, and was a household name. Okay? 1 year later, by 1976, sales dropped 2 million cases. Okay, it's down 20%. Okay, enough to send any brand manager into panic mode, right? Okay, a year later, it's down another million cases. Now it's down to 7 million cases, 30% off of its peak. Okay, that's when the first rumors started about that, are we going to sell Pringles? Okay? Seriously, 30 years ago. And there have been many rounds since then. Okay, a year later, 1978, lost another million cases. Now it's down to 6 million cases, okay? Again, the rumors, surely we're going to sell this business. Can you imagine trying to get people to take an assignment on that business after it had dropped 40%? I mean, how many people in this room would raise their hand and say, I'll take an assignment on that brand. Surely they're going to sell that business, but I'll take an assignment on that brand. Well, somebody did. In fact, a lot of somebodies must have done it. A lot of people signed up and took those jobs and did them well. And the next year, what happened? It lost another 2 million cases. Okay, by 1979, the brand was down to 4 million cases, 60% off of its high. And that's when management drew a line in the sand and said, we will fix this business or we will sell it in 5 years. Okay? And they had a 5-point plan to do that. They wanted to understand the consumer completely afresh from the ground up. They wanted to fix the product. Apparently, it had a stale taste and had very little variety compared to our competitors, so they fixed that as well. The marketing needed to be completely changed. Instead of talking about all the same Me Too benefits of all the other chips on the market, they wanted to talk about the unique benefits of this funny saddle-shaped chip, and they did. The price was too high. We were priced 20% higher than all of our competitors, so they reduced the price. And lastly, they fixed our cost structure so that we could afford to make those other 4 changes. So basically, they completely revamped the entire business from the ground up. The next year, 1980, sales declined again. But this time only about 600,000 cases, not the 1 or 2 million, okay? So the plan was starting to work to turn the business around. The next year, 1981, down again, only 400,000 cases. Now it's down to 3 million cases out of 10. The business is down 70% in 7 years, and that's when it bottomed out. It started to rise slowly at first, but then faster. By 1980, or by 1984, it was up to 5 million cases. By 86, it was at 7 million cases. By the end of the decade, it was back to the 10 million cases that it was in 1975. Within 10 years after that, it was a 50 million case business, 5-0, okay, within 10 years. And as all of you know, the most recent plans for the business are, we've announced our sale to, I believe it's Diamond Foods, that'll close sometime in December. The business will be sold for $2.4 billion. $2.4 billion of business, of the value of a business that we could have and probably would have, a dozen times over if some people had been able to decide instead of the people that did, and we would have gotten nothing for it. So in 1984, right after this turnaround happened, Mike Milligan was the head of CBD for the company, and he gave a speech to the shareholders at the annual meeting. And he summarized the 5 lessons that P&G learned from the turnaround of the Pringles business, and I wanted to share those 5 with you. Now, the first 3 are not that surprising. It's know what your consumer wants, develop a product and marketing to meet that need, and organize a strong team to deliver it. Okay? But the 4th one is more interesting. It was set realistic goals. Okay? Notice they had a 5-year plan, not a 1-year plan. Okay? In today's short-term profit-obsessed, quarterly profit, typical CEO of a general company that kowtows to Wall Street at the first sign of trouble and would have sold this business, like I said, many times over. That was a long time to think about. We'll fix this business in 5 years or we'll sell it. His 5th learning, though, is the one that I really want you to pay attention to, and it was this, and these are his words. The 5th learning that P&G got from the turnaround of the Pringles business: don't stop. Don't give up too soon. It's that persistence of those brave people that in the face of all of 7 years of continued decline and turned this business around. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like anybody in this room that either does now or has ever worked on the Pringles brand to please stand up. I know there's some of you. There's got to be a few, okay? Now, stay standing just for a minute. I want all of you, stay standing just for a minute, please. I want all of you to look around at these faces, okay? It's these people and the people that came before them, because of them, they left us a $2.4 billion legacy, a $2.4 billion gift. And for that, I want to thank you all. Thank you. Let me just, I'll close this out with a quote from Thomas Edison, who probably summarized all that I've tried to explain in the last 10 minutes in a much more pithy manner in a single observation. And it was this, that many of life's failures are people who didn't realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Okay, my advice to you is don't be one of them. Okay? Don't give up too soon, to use Mike Milligan's words. Okay? Stay committed to your business. Stay committed to your success, and if you do, then you will have a chance, like the people that were standing up just a moment ago, to make an impact on your business, to leave a lasting mark on it, and to leave a legacy for those that come behind you. Thanks for your attention. Phyllis?